This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. That's almost all I can say about this basketball game. The New York Knicks lose to the Orlando Magic for the second time at Madison Square Garden, 104-98. 104-98, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tough one. This is a tough one. It's a bad loss. It's almost all I can do is laugh at this basketball game. The Orlando Magic have 4 victories, and 2 of them are in Madison Square Garden. 2 of them, ladies and gentlemen, are in Madison Square Garden versus the New York Knicks. I don't even know what to say. It's bad. It's bad. R.J. Barrett had 17 points and 9 rebounds tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He was 7 for 19 from the field. He was 0 for 7 from the three-point line. 0 for 7 from the three-point line. Julius Randle, he only took 11 shots tonight. He was 4 for 11 from the field. He was 4 for 10 from the three-point line. Get this, ladies and gentlemen. Julius Randle took 11 shots. 11 shots. And 10 of them was from the three-point line. That's a problem. Yeah, he shot 40%. But that is a problem because this means we had no inside presence whatsoever in this basketball game. The Knicks took 49 threes tonight. 49. They shot 32.7% from the three-point line. They took 49 threes. They took 88 shots. 88 shots, 49 of them were three-point shots. And our most lethal threat to score in the paint took all of his shots, or 99% of his shots, whatever the number turns out to be, from the three-point line. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Mitchell Robinson, he played well. He had 13 points, 11 rebounds. Got a hit pointer in the fourth quarter. I think that hurt. We needed Mitch out there. That hurt. Evan Fournier, 5 points. Played 20 minutes, 5 points. 1 rebound, 1 assist. He only took 6 shots. Kemba Walker, 5 points. So our 2 biggest offseason acquisitions tonight had a combined total of 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. It's becoming painful to watch. Derrick Rose, 10 points, 2 rebounds. A bad turnover at the end of the game. 5 turnovers tonight for Derrick Rose, and he knew that he was not playing well as far as taking care of the basketball. 5 turnovers for Derrick Rose. You're seeing, I think, at the end of the second quarter, when Kemba Walker was coming back into the game, Derrick Rose, comes and he's tapping himself, saying, my fault, my bad. And Kemba Walker's like, nah, don't worry about it. Derrick Rose goes down the bench, clapping everybody's hands, saying, my bad. Because he knew he wasn't playing well. Alec Burks, he almost saved us. Got to give it to him. He almost saved us tonight. 15 points for Alec Burks, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 4 for 12 from the three-point line, 5 for 16 from the field overall. Obi Toppin, he played well tonight. He played some good basketball. He had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 6 for 9 from the field, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. We just didn't get enough. We just did not get enough, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't get enough. It's a tough one. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Steph, what's going on, Steph? I know you got to be feeling upset after this one. I'm feeling upset. There's no two ways about it. We couldn't lose this game. This was a game we had to get, and we lost it.
Yeah. And it just undoes, is that the right word? Everything we did against Indiana. This just, when you think like, we're on the right track, we're turning the corner, we get these two, maybe we win in Chicago, maybe we don't. This just changes everything. It's just hard to get excited about this team after a game like this.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it is very hard to get excited after a game like this because what's going on? I mean, they can't knock down wide open shots. I mean, they had some shots tonight without a defender in sight. They just can't hit it.
Yep.
They just
49 3-pointers.
49 3-pointers. And
it's 16.
Yeah. And I was mentioning, what do you think about this? I was mentioning before you came in, Julius Randle took 11 shots tonight. In my opinion, unless you're winning and everyone else is scoring, not enough shots for Julius Randle. People might say differently. I think, he's got to be aggressive. But 10 of those shots were from the three-point line. He took 11 shots, 10 of them from the three-point line. He's our biggest inside threat. And 10 of those shots come from outside the arc. And I don't even know where the other shot come. I don't know if it was a mid-range or what it was. I'm not sure.
Right.
What's your take on that?
Sam, we've been talking about this. I've been talking about this almost since the beginning of the season. Randle has to take more shots. I think it started with that 9-shot game, a while back. He's just not taking enough shots. And I know, he's a ball hog. He isos a lot. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. The bottom line is this team goes as Randle goes. If you think that we're going to just play equal opportunity basketball and Randle can have 10 points, 10 rebounds, and we're going to win, we're seeing that's not working.
Right.
That's not working. So I'm not saying that, the game he has to facilitate the game, but he has to be more of a focus on our offense. He just has to be.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at his shot chart right now, and his only shot inside the arc was a mid-range jump shot from the corner.
Yeah.
Almost the corner. From the dunker spot, let's say.
Right.
A mid-range
Burke
jump
took
shot.
more shots than he did.
Yeah. So not one of his shots was in the paint. That just can't happen for Julius Randle, in my opinion. Just can't happen. Not one of his shots, all of his shots was from the perimeter. It just can't happen. I don't, it's hard. I don't know what to say, you know what I mean? Because they've got to figure out how to get this offense working. It's just not working. It's not fluent right now. It's tough. It's tough. Let me run down. I'm going to run down what the Orlando Magic's box score looked like. All right. Let me scroll that so you guys can see it. There we go. So we got the Orlando Magic's box score up there. They were led by Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross is becoming a Knick killer right now. He had 19 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Man, I wanted Terrence Ross so bad to be on this team. I thought he would fit in well with what we were doing at least last year. He probably would help us out this year. You know what I mean? Just because of the style and the way that he plays basketball. Franz Wagner, he had 16 points and 9 rebounds. A big dunk. They played smarter basketball than us. You've seen several times when a guy like Wagner was switched off onto and had IQ guarding him. He's 6'10". IQ is what? 6'3", 6'4", whatever he is. And what did Wagner do? He didn't try to dance around or shoot a three over top of him. No. Took him down low. He used his body to back him down and then went to the cup. You seen Mo Bamba with IQ guarding him, and he shoots over top of him. They played smarter basketball than we did. Again, 19 points for Terrence Ross, 16 points, 9 rebounds for Franz Wagner, a rookie. Cole Anthony, he didn't shoot well from the field, but he still had 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Jalen Suggs had 13 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 big steal at the end thrown by Derrick Rose. Mo Bamba had 12 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Wendell Carter Jr., he had 11 points and 8 rebounds. Yeah, listen, I mean, they played like a playoff team. They played scrappy. They found ways to get buckets. They found a way to win the basketball game, and we found a way to lose it. Caller, what's popping? What's your name? Where you from?
Hey, what's going on, Sim?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, can you do me a favor?
My name is Jay.
Can you turn that down in the back? You got something going in the back. Can you turn that down, please?
Yeah, I just did. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, man, I had to call in today. I'm a long-time listener, big fan of what you do, Sim. Love the show. But tonight, man, I feel like this is a blue-collar team that is just, they're short-staffed, man. They're short-staffed, man. Suddenly, the defense that we got from Elfrid Payton and Reggie Bullock, like that, suddenly it's like now we're feeling their absence. Evan Fournier, man, that guy has been such a disappointment. It's really been I don't even understand. Like, I feel like during the off season it was almost taboo to say, oh, maybe DeMar DeRozan could be a good sign. Like, everybody was like, no, he can't shoot. No. It was like, you can't even mention that. But look what he's doing. And I'm not sure how much he got paid, but I'm pretty sure it was about similar to what Fournier got. And
I mean, I think he got paid about $30 million or something like that. $30 million a year, somewhere around there. I don't know, but
this guy, man, Fournier needs to step it up, and I don't blame it completely on him. I feel like the Knicks are not using him properly. They're not using him properly. I know we want RJ to get his touches. I mean, I'm a huge RJ fan as well as most of the Knicks fan base. But we need to feature, like, Fournier needs to become like a very important part of our offense. Like, they have to run him off screens in the mid-range area, use him the same way the Magic used them. Because if we're not gonna get close to 20 points per game from Fournier, like, what did we just sign up for the next 3 years? Like, what did we just sign up? Like, if his defense is almost non-existent, if he's not gonna score, like, we know he's capable of scoring, and he's doing what he does on defense, I'm not even sure like how we can sustain like any kind of because last year's team, like, it was a gritty defensive team. You can't be a gritty defensive team without the right players, you know?
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think tonight it was more the offense than it was the defense. We gave up some shots, there's no doubt about it, but I thought we played, decent enough defense to win the basketball game. They scored 104 points. They only averaged 99 points a game, but still, they scored 104 points. You should be able to win if you give up 104 points.
For real, man.
You should be able to win. I mean, they shot 41% from the field. They shot 29% from the three-point line. You should be able to win when you hold a team to those numbers. But if you have 18 turnovers, it nullifies the game.
I'm curious how many of those came from Randle.
I think Randle had 3 of those turnovers. Julius Randle.
I know D Rose had a couple bad ones. That last one that D Rose did, I was just yelling at my screen. And D Rose, he's a little loose with the ball sometimes, but That was a pretty big blunder.
Yeah.
that cross-court pass to RJ.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
man.
I know. Yeah,
So disappointing.
Randle had 3
I actually was at the
turnovers.
Orlando game when the Knicks came down to Orlando because I'm in the Orlando area, and apparently like that game is feeling more and more like I might have seen the only New York Knicks win over the Magic this season, and it felt so good. Like we felt like the better team that night. Right. I'm just kind of in shock that we really lost to this team twice at home. I feel like that lets the rest of the league know, like, yo, it's open season in Madison Square Garden. Like when we like that's what I feel like. I feel like every other team in the league is looking at us like right now, like they have no home court. And how are we really gonna win the 45, 50 games that we're all hoping we can win if we can't beat the Magic at home?
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe the Magic is a team that just has our number. I don't know, but you got to beat them. You got to beat them, and you got to beat them. We were on an important, very important 3-game home stretch where you had a chance to win all 3 and be 10-6 going into that Chicago game, and we blew it. Hey, my man, I appreciate your time, man. Appreciate the call.
All right, man. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. Looking at the numbers behind the game, ladies and gentlemen, I won't even look at the rebounds right now because for whatever reason, the NBA always has this thing all messed up. But 25 assists for the Knicks, 20 for the Orlando Magic. 5 steals for the Knicks, 7 for the Orlando Magic, 7 blocks for the Knicks, 3 for the Magic, 18 turnovers. And I think that probably tells the story of the game right there. 18 turnovers for the Knicks. The Knicks shot 42% from the field. They shot 32.7% from 3. The Magic shot 40.6% from the field and 29% from 3. Right, the Knicks only made 66.7% of their free throws. The Magic made 83.3%. Orlando had 42 points in the paint. The Knicks 40. Not 1 point of those in the paint came from Julius Randle. Orlando had 22 second chance points. That's a lot. The Knicks had 17. 12 fast break points for the Magic. 9 for the New York Knicks. I want to go back and look at this rebounding battle because I know that's not the right number of rebounds. Or maybe it is the right number of rebounds. 62, if that's the right number, it's 62 rebounds for the Magic. 62 and 53 rebounds for the Knicks. I don't think that's the right number.
I'm looking at the box score, Sim.
Uh-huh.
And in the box score, they had 51. And we have 45.
Okay.
They still out-rebounded us by 6, going by the box score.
Yeah, I see it now. I just refreshed it. I don't know why it does that. It always does something weird and gives from the beginning. It gives right after the game. It gives the wrong. So yeah, it's 51 rebounds for the Magic and 45 for the New York Knicks. 14 offensive rebounds for the Magic, 11 for the Knicks. But 14 offensive rebounds that led to 22 second chance points. Ah, man. And you know what's crazy is this Magic team isn't even at full strength, and they're beating the Knicks, every time we get out there on the floor. Not even at full strength.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, and this is no excuse, sometimes a team just has your number, and sometimes a team, you just don't match up well against them. And like you said, Sim, it doesn't help that we had 18 turnovers. It doesn't help when you look at, we shot better than them, 42%. But look at this. Barrett, 7 for 19. Randle, 4 for 11. Kemba, 2 for 7. Burke, 5 for 16. The reason why the numbers look better than they are is because Mitchell Robinson was 5 for 6 for 83%. And Randle was 6 for 9 for 66%. Everybody else shooting percentage was terrible. So if you can't make shots, you're turning the ball over, it's hard to win against any NBA team. Yeah. And then your best player takes 11 shots. And and somebody in the chat said Randle doesn't need to take more shots. Like, people are really, really believe that other players on this team is gonna help us win. That if that other play, like, just pass the ball around, this equal opportunity. I'm telling you, yes, you pass the ball around, but your best player has to come up big, and your best player has to take more than 11 shots. This team is going to go as Randle goes, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. And, look, I mean, is it not obvious to you? Randle takes 11 shots. No shots in the paint. And sometimes he's not even looking to shoot. And, this is where we are right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is right now. Is he, has someone had a conversation with him and say, hey, we need you to just focus on getting everybody else involved and trying to do that? I don't know. In the fourth quarter, Julius Randle took 0 shots. He played 3 minutes and 42 seconds. He took 0 shots down the stretch. And he had opportunities to take shots. He did.
Can't happen.
He would kick it back out and find somebody else. A couple of times they were good passes. I'm not going to complain. He made a nice pass to IQ, who had the angle, got to the basket, didn't score. But I don't know.
Yeah. And when he shoots a lot, Sim, people have problems. When he doesn't come up big in the game, people have problems. You know what I mean? Oh, he's shooting the ball too much. Now he's not shooting. Oh, Randle's not showing up.
Yeah. Jam Rock, 1975 Jam Rock, thank you for the super chat. He said, is Randle doing a Kobe in regards to not shooting? That's a good question. I don't know. Ron, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Don't let the tears fall. Don't let the tears fall. I thought they was getting ready to fall, man.
Listen, this is therapy for me, man. I was watching y'all and I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling right. Let me get on and talk this out, man. I got to go to bed right tonight on my own. The Knicks ain't doing it for me. Right. So, I just think you guys, I mean, you nailed it in your opener, Sim. The Magic just seemed to look like they got our number. And dare I say it, they're being coached better than we are. I just feel like everything we do, they're doing the exact opposite or combating it in the right way. It was evident. It was really evident when we decided to go super small ball, which I thought was crazy, but I'm like, maybe Tibbs knows something. All right. He takes Obi out, and then we got a bunch of guards out there with Randle. And the first possession that Orlando gets, Wagner drives straight to the rack and dunks on RJ. Like, it's just smart basketball. And I don't understand why we can't have that same type of basketball presence out there. The other thing about what's happening, you notice how bad our offense looks? These guys are trying to set plays and they're bumping into each other. It's like the court is not big enough. Look at how many times they got called for stepping out of bounds on the sideline. It's like 3 or 4 times. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
Not sharp at all. To step out of bounds. I think RJ had 2 of them or something like that.
I think they are. I know they had 3. They might have had 4. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's disappointing, and now it really does. It puts that. it makes the Houston Rocket game even more scary.
Oh,
because now I feel like they're going to be pressing. They know they should have won this game. They're going to be pressing, and when you start pressing, a lot of things can happen when you start pressing. You know what I mean? And they're pressing. They're going to be pressing, and I think they're going to feel the pressure a little bit. They know you don't lose to Orlando at home. You can't lose to Orlando at home, and now you're playing another team that hasn't won a game. And they've lost 12 straight or whatever it is. I think it's 12 straight. They're going to be desperate for a win. They got young legs. They know they got to get that win. It is a must win. I don't care what anyone says. It's a must win in my book. I know they're feeling like it's a must win. They might be pressing a little bit, and when you're pressing, especially when your chemistry isn't going well, it's scary. It makes it more scary to me.
Yeah,
it makes it more scary.
But before you get Mark involved, because Mark I know is chomping at the bit over there.
No, I'm not even mad.
All right. Oh, okay. It's good. That's good. Steph,
That's a defense
remember-
mechanism. Oh, that's all it is a defense mechanism. That's all that is.
Steph, remember when I said that this week is going to be important to tell if anything's going to change? And you were like, well, I'm not really looking at this being that impressive because we should beat these teams. This is why I said that, because I felt in the back of my mind, if something bad happens and we lose to these teams we should be beating, I think Tibbs has to say, I got to shake things up. Once again, the bench outplayed the starters. Like this, after practice, all the stuff they worked on. I mean, after what we saw in Indiana, and then for the start, like Fournier and Kemba to have 10 points combined. Man.
But
There's
I mean,
only
you
so
can
much of
do
this
it.
you could take.
But this is the thing. Everybody's talking about how well that second team is clicking, and they don't want to change it. You're going to have to, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to take a little, the chemistry may be disrupted a little bit to start that second unit. I mean, to help the first unit. Listen, the second unit has been playing together for a very long time. They have that chemistry. They have it. The first unit doesn't. And part of it is, I don't even know if it's chemistry. They just not playing well. That's just the bottom line. Kemba's not playing well overall. Randle's not playing well overall. Fournier's not playing well overall. You're not hitting shots. People talk about chemistry. They're not gelling. You got to hit shots, period. And they're just not doing it or defending at a consistent level. You're just not going to win that way.
And their offense is not, outside of the fact that it doesn't look good, it's stagnant, they're bumping into each other, they're not getting proper spacing. It's affecting RJ. RJ had lanes all across the board in previous games. He was driving to the rim, now it looks like he's stuck. He don't know what to do sometimes. He just has his hands open waiting for a three-point shot that he's not hitting. I don't know.
I
don't even know. They're not hitting shots. I mean, yes, there's times when the offense doesn't look great, but there's times when they're moving the ball, they're cutting and whatever, and they're still missing shots. So, I don't think the offense is as crisp, but it's not all the time that they're ISO, and it's not all the time that they're not passing the ball. But what's really consistent is not hitting shots.
Yep. Mark, what's going on, man?
I'm gonna say this. It's not even about them not hitting shots. It's the energy, bro. Like with the second unit, it's just the energy just jumps off the TV. With this first unit, they just don't play with a togetherness. I told people.
I mean, togetherness and energy is two different things, though, because
right.
No,
but the second team has more pace. That's why they look energetic.
Right.
They
They have
definitely
more
play
pace.
at a
that's
faster
true.
pace.
They play with a togetherness and an energy. So if you're playing together, there's an energy surging amongst each other. They knowing what to do, they knowing how to play, and they're feeding off of each other. This starting lineup do not look like they enjoy playing with each other. I know what fun basketball look like, and I know what chemistry basketball look like. The starting lineup just don't look like they're having fun. Because you know why? Their intensity defensively is not there like the second unit is. The second unit, again, defensively, and they're much smaller than they're much smaller and putting more pressure onto the Orlando's offense compared to the starting lineup. And the thing is, listen, man, Randle turned into Curry tonight. I don't know why he think he could just stay on the perimeter all night and not attack the paint. He had a couple of mismatches, didn't know how to execute it. Well, it is what it is. But you can't take 10 of your shots on the perimeter. He has to learn to mix up his, in all honesty. I'm not saying he can take threes because he can hit them. But 10 threes, you're kind of out of pocket because you ain't in that range of a shooter. Sorry.
I mean, he made 40%. He made 40%. That's still a high clip.
That's cool.
He made 40%. He's got to take shots in the paint as well. So if he's going to take 10 threes and make 40%, I'm cool with that. But another 7 shots need to come in the paint. Or 8 shots need to come in the paint. You did what I'm saying?
Right.
But you see, the way Orlando was playing defense, they was happy that he wasn't running into the paint.
Well,
they was
course.
happy.
Right.
They was happy. So again, he need to learn to mix up his game a little bit. And
But
I
also
don't even think it's about
though,
learning. He has done that in the past, mixing it up. I'm not sure what's going on today.
I don't know.
The zone also, everybody last year complained, talked about a certain player, and that's the reason why we couldn't bust the zone. But the zone is doing the same thing to us this season. It slows us down. We scored 98 points. And when Julius Randle has the ball, they're playing zone, and it stops him from being able to get into the paint. If he has the ball in the post, they go into a little bit of a zone, and they kick it out. And when you're not hitting threes, we shot the three at 32.7%, right? When you're not hitting threes, then they're like, okay, you know what? We're just going to lay in, not let Randle be able to do anything in the post, and then see if you can score from the outside, and then you're not scoring from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not hitting shots. We're just not hitting shots. Randle, at some point, he's got to find a way to just say, I'm going. I'm taking it and going it. I'm going inside.
And the last minutes of him coming in the game, he was like one of those kids passing up the ball. Because now you don't want to take the shot. Now you don't want to go into your mode. What's with the passive passing in the last few minutes? The game was calling for him. It was there for the taking. He normally would take it. So the pass, I think the way how this second unit is playing and garnering attention, I think he likes that attention to be all on him, to be honest with me.
I don't think
it's on him or off of him.
No, on him.
I just disagree.
If you want attention on you, you need to be more aggressive. Yeah. You need to take more shots than that.
If you want the attention on you, why are you not shooting the ball then? Why are you being passive? Why are you passing it to guys? He's passing it. Hold on, he's passing it to Quickly. He's passing it to Burks. These are guys that are in the second unit. You know what I mean? So how are you saying that he wants the attention on him? I don't understand that.
All right, there's a pressure that he's getting right now.
Right.
There's a pressure that he's getting right now. The type of attention that he got prior to coming into the season, the attention he got, that's the attention that he likes. Like the way people was praising him. Now that people was coming after him for his play the last couple of games, he's shying away. He's shying away throughout these games. He's shying away.
I don't think that. Well, I would put it a different way. Yeah. I do think that he's trying to play different because maybe he's listening to the criticism and he's trying to play different. Or maybe the coaching staff is asking him to play different. I think that you got to play the way you play, and everybody else just have to find their way around you. And people was complaining about that early in the season. Oh, he has more people around him. He doesn't need to play that way. He has to play different. All right, he's playing different. Where we at?
Right.
Yeah,
right. I think that's exactly what's happening.
Even where we at right now, a lot of these games where the starters was giving up the game, the bench got us back into it. So it's like if even he wasn't playing good, but the bench helped us get back into games. So he wasn't even playing good. So what is the difference? Even if
the difference is if Randle is Randle, maybe the first unit plays better. And even if, maybe they play off of him, if he's playing better, maybe that front unit is better. You think about how we played last year, and I'm not an advocate of, I'm not saying we need to do that, but Randle had the ball in his hand. He was distributing to, to different people. And we said, listen, he has the ball in his hand a lot. You got more people now, pass the ball around. You don't have to be the focus. That's what he's doing. Look where we're at. So you just got to ask the question, were we better off playing that way?
Because people keep saying, give it to Kemba. Let Kemba be, there's this, I don't want to say struggle between them two, but they're not sure who should be the facilitator on the floor, Kemba or Randle.
Yeah.
But Kemba's not doing it.
And no, it's not
Kemba's
even that.
not facilitating.
I said I don't want Randle bringing up the ball all of the time. That's why you can give it to Kemba. I'm not saying that Randle's not supposed to play his game. You want him to play his game. So as of right now, I think his confidence is kind of lowered in a sense, and that's okay. Some players go throughout the season. Sam, what I told you before the beginning of the season, we're 8-8 now, 16 games.
8-7, 8-7.
8-7. Well, going into Houston.
We're gonna be 9-7, Mark.
Listen, if we can't guard them fast legs, we can't get blown out. It's not like Houston can't score. They get out and play. But I just think that first unit need to bring a certain type of energy that the second unit bring. It's a contrast and change every game. Simple as that to me.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, it's a contrast in play, but when they're thinking the way that they're thinking out there on the floor, right? I'm not sure where that. Oh, you know what? That might come from. Let me mute. There we go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought they was coming for us, man.
Right. Dolan was sending them out here. But when the first unit is playing and they're thinking the way that they're thinking, right? They're not playing free. They are thinking. They're laboring over how do we play together. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with them laboring the way that they are, it slows down the energy. It slows down the level of play or the way that they play. If you've ever been on a basketball court and you are, you're thinking about what do I do next? You can't think about anything else. You can't react the way you normally react because you're trying to figure out what to do. That's how I see this group playing. They're trying to figure out what to do. So I think they're trying to find one another. And sometimes I think they're trying a little bit too hard. Randle and Evan Fournier passed the ball back and forth sometimes 4 and 5 times.
And they be in each other. They be in each other's space. If you look at the offense for the star lineup, they always in each other's space where Orlando's defense is just set all of the time. Well, teams in particular, they're just set because these guys are not understanding the spacing, the movement and spacing. Because when Obi comes in, he understands the simple move and space.
Right, but we're talking. But look, we get that, but that's part of because last year Obi in the second unit didn't understand the space. How many times was Obi open for lobs and the second unit didn't find them? Or was Obi going back door or on the break and the second unit didn't find them? Right, because they needed time to figure that out. And now you see them looking for it and finding him and finding each other because they have that chemistry, because they have that familiarity with one another. You're talking about a starting unit that has almost 2.5 new players. Let's say that. Half of that starting unit is new because Mitch was out half the season last year. You know what I'm saying? So when you're talking about Fournier and Randle being in each other's space, that is kind of part of trying to figure out how to play with one another. And I think it's making them just lumber out there. And I do agree with Steph. If you're lumbering and you can't figure it out, go with what you know until you figure it out.
Yeah, but
exactly.
We this starting lineup, bro. Again, when I'm an energy guy, so I can tell the difference between who want to play and who don't want to play hard. And again, that starting lineup, like when they're in the midst of the game, they tend to take their foot off the gas, and they're not setting the tone. So it's like the bench has to come in and set the tone. It's to a point. It's like you can say to yourself, look at the second unit come in and do their thing. It's becoming almost every game that we're relying on the second bench to set the tone for us. And just with tonight, right at the end of the game, the way Obi was playing, I wouldn't have taken him out. I just would have finished the game with him because now you're bringing Randle back in 3 minutes. He hasn't played the last 7 minutes, so now when he's coming in now he has to figure out what can I do.
Mitch had to go out. Who were you bringing in? Taj? Mitch had to go out. Mitch fell. He got a hit pointer.
Taj is our best defensive player. I don't care. He understands angles. He understands where to be. He understands how to hit people. You cannot come in the lane when Taj is there. he does a lot of stuff that our centers is not doing for us, or our forwards not doing for us. And Obi's been excellent on defense, man. When I'm talking about just being in the spot where you need to be and causing havoc.
No, Obi's been playing. He's been playing good basketball. There's no doubt about it. Let me get to the super chat.
Let him finish it out. They got us back into it. The game was close. Let him finish it out. Let's see if he got it, because he's showing it. Because you're gonna bring in Randle, you might as well bring in Randle about the 6-7 mark, so you get rhythm in his game. You bringing him close to the end of the game, he became passive because that's bringing him in. So again, part of it is Tibbs. A lot of it is that starting lineup, because they're not bringing that intensity that the second unit is bringing for smaller guys, and they're moving their feet well. Man, listen, man.
This is what I will say, Mark. It's easy to say. I don't think that the first unit is not trying. I don't think it's that they're not bringing intensity. That second unit has a whole different vibe. They're young. They're energetic. They push the ball. Even Rose, who's not young, they push the ball. I've seen this from watching the NBA, and I'm sure you have too, where they have a second unit that just plays a different style than that first unit. They're more up and down. So you know when that second unit comes in, they're going to change the pace. Even when that first unit starts playing better, they're still not going to play like that second unit. That's just not their game. They're not going to play fast. They're not going to be in transition. They're not going to be up and down. That's just not their game. So they can look like they're popping, and they can look like they're more energetic, because they are. That's just how the second unit plays. So I don't think the first unit is not playing hard or not playing with energy.
So
Barrett, Randle, Fournier, like nothing pops athletically about those guys. There's nothing quick about those guys.
You are right. But again, tonight I'm watching Franz Wagner. He looked like the toughest guy on the floor.
I said that. This guy.
He did. But still.
And RJ can't. I don't know what it is.
Like, listen.
Around the basket.
Listen, Wagner is 6'10", playing at the 3 spot.
Yeah,
that's a big dude.
He was playing with force. He was playing with force.
That one dunk was with force, because he had Emmanuel quickly on it. They did a good job. They did a good job of switching and getting the little guy on a big guy, and then they take advantage of that mismatch. Let me get to the super chat and phone call. Jamrock, 1975 Jamrock, thank you for the super chat. He said, this is a poorly constructed 5. Tibbs and the front office are at fault. Right now we can Monday morning quarterback and look at it and say it's a poorly constructed 5 from the beginning of the season. I'm not going to lie. I thought that it was decently constructed. I thought that Evan Fournier fit in. I thought that Kemba Walker was going to be able to go off the dribble, play some screen and roll, knock down some mid-range shots, to be able to get other people involved and let help Julius Randle get some easy shots. I thought those type of things were going to work. And that's probably what the front office thought as well, that those things were going to work. With 15 games into the season, and, we've seen a couple of times when it's worked, but for the most part, it has not worked.
You need a passing guard, Sim.
I don't know.
The thing, Kemba was never a passing guard. And the thing is, if you're going to play...
Hold on. Let me get to the caller. Caller, you are live. Tell me your name and where you from.
What's going on? My name is Deketit. Calling from California. From California.
All right.
I am a new Knicks fan because my boy Derrick Rose plays for you guys.
Okay.
So, what I think is going on is last year we were talking about Peyton and how he sucks and everything like that. He ain't doing nothing for the team. Right now, for me, my gripe is Kemba's doing the same thing. Kemba ain't just not giving us anything more than that. Me, myself, I think Kemba needs to go to the bench. And then I know it messes up the bench and everything like that, but you need to put D Rose in the starting lineup, give him the same minutes, but switch something up. And then my other gripe is Julius Randle didn't show up in the playoffs last year for us. And how he's playing right now is the same thing. So I just don't know the starting lineup, but I know how Tibbs is. He rides with his people and just selfishly, and he doesn't switch anything up. I just think that Kemba needs to come off the bench.
And so now, if you put Kemba on the bench and you start Derrick Rose, don't you have two lineups adjusting now? Two lineups trying to figure out how to play? I mean, if you have one lineup that's playing well together, I think me personally, I'm like, let me keep this lineup rolling and we'll let the starting lineup or the other lineup, we'll let them figure it out. But at least we have a lineup that we can rely on. Now, we also need to put it in context. Because we see a lot of people that say, start the guys that's on the bench and put the starters on the bench. But you don't know if Rose and Quickly and Taj, for now, Burks and Obi Toppin can actually go and play very well against a starting unit. I mean, you can try it, but we do have to remember that they're playing against another team's bench as well.
That's true. I just think for me a little bit too with Julius Randle, and he just plays kind of timid. That's just my gripe about Julius. He did it he was MIA in the playoffs last year, and it's just, I know it's his team, but it's like, I just don't know.
Nah, it's no doubt about it. He's playing timid. He's playing like he's not exactly sure what to do. Teams are playing the same style of defense that you've seen in the playoffs. Teams are doing it every game now.
You got to figure that out.
Teams are doing it every game. You know what I mean? He hasn't figured it out. The Knicks haven't figured it out. And it's a problem. Yeah,
but yeah, that's just my gripe. And the last thing I want to say is I got to get a hold of you so I can get my logo, my business brand of encouragement, to sponsor you guys.
Hey,
so
man,
we got to make that happen.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Money.
I'll put my email in the YouTube chat, and you can send me an email. Or if you just go to my channel and go to the About section, my email is in there. Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's talk.
I got you guys. Other than that, you guys have a good night, and I appreciate you guys taking my call.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate the love, bro.
I appreciate you.
You too, bro.
The bench tonight. We're talking about the bench. Mobb Deep. They have 45 points, 18 rebounds, and 14 assists. Wow. They shot 43.6% from the field, and they shot 40% from the 3-point line. That's the bench tonight. 45 points. The Knicks had 98. So they scored more than half of the Knicks' points tonight. That means the starters scored 43 points. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't care if the bench scores more points than the starters. I just want the starters to play well. You know what I mean?
Well, they have to play well if you're going to be successful.
I just want them to play well. I don't care who scores more points or whatever. I just want them to play well. Yeah.
Sim, what?
I think that what needs to happen. Because while I've seen it happen before, I always love to point to the example of that Miami Heat team with the big three. Mm-hmm. They had a really bad first month, man. It was a bad first month. They did not look good. And then they turned it around. Right. But that's different because you're dealing with highly skilled, high IQ, talented players.
There you
so
go.
I think their adjustment level was a lot easier. There's something, they're very good at what they do, so they could do that. With this Knicks team, I don't know if we have that same type of ability. So what I think they should do is the bench plays like the bench and the starters play like the starters. However the starters was playing with Randle, what he likes to do is what I think the starters are going to have to do. If it doesn't work for Fournier, if it doesn't necessarily work for Kemba, oh well, because I think they got too many issues right now to try to fix this. What they need to do first is win basketball games. So the bench looks great. Let the bench keep doing what they're doing. But I think the Knicks starting lineup needs to go back to what Randle's used to, what he's accustomed to. So at least we can get some production from guys like Randle and RJ, and we'll have a chance to win some of these games. Because if we keep messing around, you can see the other thing I was going to say before, Mark, when you was talking about Randle coming in. I don't think Randle came in with that attitude. I think Randle came in trying not to mess it up. The bench was killing, and he came in, and most of the bench was in there. I think Randle was trying to be a part of that, move the ball, do what you guys are doing. But that ain't Randle. Or at least he ain't comfortable doing it right now. And I think that's why he looks worse and looks more timid out there. It was just, he obviously could have went ISO and did his thing, but he's trying to move the ball.
Okay. So we all watch basketball. When a guy come back at that time, the game is, tied up or something like that. Most guys that are the leader of the team will call something for themselves or put themselves in particular situations where it can either help the team or that person will get the bucket. He was completely passive. He was just moving side to side, not going nowhere. That just showed me that he didn't want to be out there in that moment of time.
I don't think that's right. I don't think he didn't want to be in there. He doesn't want to mess it up. He wants to fit in. And I think that's the part. First of all, Randle's as far as the fans is concerned, nothing he does is going to make. If he would have came in, took it over, been aggressive, then everybody would have been like, oh, why did he do that? He was cold. The bench had the flow. Why are you coming in, asserting yourself and trying to take over? So he came in and he passed it around and tried to stay in the flow.
Huh?
He can't win either way as far as the fans is concerned. I just think he just needs to play his game.
Just play his game. Exactly. That's what I think. That's how I feel. Just play his game. Don't worry about. I do feel like he probably listens and hears what the fans are saying, what we're saying, right?
Yeah,
just play your basketball game and deal with it because I don't think he doesn't want to be out there. I don't think that's what it is. I think he's going out there trying to be what everybody wants him to be.
Right.
Just play your basketball game. We need you to take more than 11 shots. We need you to shoot the ball in the fourth quarter. Muscle your way down into the paint, get fouled, and go to the foul line. We don't need you shooting 10 three-pointers and nothing in the paint. Not one shot from Julius Randle came in the paint tonight. His closest shot was a mid-range jumper. We don't need that. I mean, I'm glad he can shoot 10 threes and go 40%, but we still need 8 more shots from you and get him in the paint. You know what I mean? He's the strongest player we have on the team.
Can I ask you a question?
He's the biggest threat
inside. How many times did he get the basket a game?
He's the biggest inside threat. We need him to get in there. He's got to do both. Play some on the outside, play some on the inside.
Tim, he doesn't use his body the way we want him to. He doesn't. He plays in that 15-foot perimeter. That's him. That's him settling, man. Because it's like with Giannis. Giannis is going to play with his force where I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get in there if it's going to help my team. He is hovering around the 3-point line, 15-footer.
Okay, but also, I mean, listen, I agree. He has to find a way to get inside. I think Tom Thibodeau has to help him find a way to get inside. But also, the Milwaukee Bucks got shooters out there knocking down shots. So when you see teams build this wall, you got guys on the outside knocking down shots that make them say, we can't build this wall. Because what did the Knicks do against Giannis? He couldn't get inside. He couldn't. Until they start knocking down threes, then he found his way to get inside.
Right.
If we're not knocking down threes, let's look at this again. Right? If you take a look at what the Knicks did tonight as far as shooting the basketball, RJ Barrett was 0 for 7 from the three-point line. He had open shots. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying he had open shots. 0 for 7. Fournier, 1 for 4. Kemba Walker, 1 for 3. Alec Burks, he almost saved us, but he was 4 for 12, but he almost saved us. Right? But who does Julius Randle play with most of the time? RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker. These guys not hitting these shots.
So let me ask you a question, sir. When are we eligible to look elsewhere because I knew this Kimber thing wasn't going to work. And me and Steph was like, let me see this dude before we start talking. And again, we don't set another screen and rolls for him. Like I said, when Randle gets the idea of, because last game he was doing it a lot. He was running downhill in the pick and roll. He didn't do that at all today. When he runs down in the pick and roll, and I mean get deeper, it opens up everything, even for himself, even for the team to get that starting lineup to get rhythm and get pressure into the paint. He goes. It's like he goes in and out. It's like, Knights, I'm gonna do this. Just do what works. And that pick and roll, I tell you, he finished better when he comes downhill. When he gets it,
I agree.
Yeah, when he gets it and go into this ISO mode and take a turnaround, fadeaway jump shot, you ain't Carmelo. So I don't really trust you like that.
But Mark, when is the last time we saw that from Randle? Like, people keep saying that about Randle.
Last night. He was doing the last game. I ain't gonna hold you. He was doing the last game.
How many times though? Like, I think that's like a small percentage of his game right now.
Yeah, but that's better for him. It's better for him to get to the paint.
But look, when Randle gets the ball in the half court, right? You really got to pay attention to the defense, because I see people that say, in here saying, Giannis did this and Giannis did that. First of all, Randle's not Giannis, and second of all, the Milwaukee Bucks have a better basketball team with better shooters, right? So it allows that floor to be spread open. Like I just said, if you look at Giannis when he played the Knicks just recently in the first half, he couldn't get anything going. Then he starts scoring in the second half because the Bucks start knocking down threes, right? Someone just mentioned, look at Giannis in the finals. Go look and see how the Bucks were shooting threes in the finals, right? Go look and pay attention to those games. You got to pay attention to defenses and the way teams are playing defense on you. Randle does need help from other guys knocking down threes in order for him to get into the paint. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while when they run a screen and roll with Julius Randle, normally he pops. It would be nice if he would roll a little bit. But times that I did see him roll to the basket, I'm not going to lie to you. Times that I seen him roll to the basket, there was a wall underneath.
Okay, so when he gets that
and
wall,
he kicked it out. Hold up. He kicked it out.
Okay,
and guess what happened? Guess what happened?
Bricks.
Tell me what happened. They missed the shot.
Yeah, that's
so then it still doesn't work. We got it. Guys got to, I still believe that when it becomes more natural than playing with one another and it becomes more natural, you're going to see them start hitting shots, right? Because they're going to stop thinking about the game and they're going to react to the game.
You know what, too? I just think that Randle's a jock. I don't think the game come natural for him. That's just me. I think he's more of a jock than the game come natural to him. Like, he doesn't have natural feel. And that's just the honest truth about it.
Yeah, I mean,
not saying that he's a scrub. Not saying he's a scrub. He can play.
I agree.
But he's more of a jock than the game come natural. And that can be an issue when we go against defensive, because if he's going to be the primary ball handler and passing the ball, right, he has to figure a way. Again, he need moves because he's easy to figure out. He's a left-hand guy. He's only going to go left. That's a problem. He has to learn. He has to find some way. He has to get to the rim, Sim. I'm sorry. It's too much perimeter.
I mean, I agree. He has to get to the rim, but we also need guys to knock down shots so that there's not three people. So there's not 3 and 4 people at the rim. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as soon as Julius Randle decides, okay, forget it, I'm going to go to the rim, and he's got 3 people around him, everyone's going to complain that he's going to the basket with 3 people around him.
Personally, I like.
Yeah, you're right.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
And don't let him turn the ball over.
Right.
That's
exactly what, so right now we're telling him to force it. And then as soon as he does, everyone's going to say, well, why is he going to the basket with 3 people around him? Kick it out.
No,
guaranteed.
I just like to see the action run. I'm not saying if it turns into cool, but I like to see the action run from time to time. I'm not saying run it through the whole game. Let Randle play his game. And I think, you know what? We should go back to see. We should go back to the way how he played. Let's see if he get back his mojo, because again,
we need to. We have to.
That's what I have to do.
It looks like he plays with more energy when he has the ball in his hand. Yeah. That's just him.
I think we need to go back. I think we need to just go back to what we were doing.
Right. Next game, Randle should come out and go back to I'm the man. Get me the ball. The Knicks should the starting lineup should make a concerted effort to run the offense through Randle and get him hot, let him get his baskets. And Randle, just all he's got to do is make a smart play. When the double team comes, pass the ball. That's it. But just other than that, no one can really guard you out there one-on-one. You can get whatever shot you want. Don't settle for the threes. Just get whatever you like. Get your game going. Get your inside, outside, whatever you got to do, and let. That's what the starters got to do. They got to be Randle's unit. Randle's got to do his thing. The bench can be something special. There could be something different.
I trade Kimber for Ish Smith right now. That's how bad I don't.
Yeah, Ish Smith actually, when he played earlier in the season, he looked good. He's not getting. He's more reliable. You're right. He really is. I will say that if we have to settle for that because the starting unit is not playing well, so be it. But ultimately, I would like us to get a guard in here to get Randle easy shots so he doesn't have to be that facilitator.
Right.
But if you're saying we don't have that right now and this is what we need to do, I'm okay with it. But ultimately, I really would like the ball out of his hands and let somebody get easy shots for him. But we just don't have that right now.
We need an attacking guard.
I agree with you, Steph.
We're back to stair one. We need an attacking guard. Someone that can just create a 15-footer and get into the paint and draw fouls.
We need a Rose. We need another Rose in the starting.
Let me get to this phone call. Let me get to this phone call. Caller, you're live. Tell me your name and where you from. Caller, you there? I guess not paying attention. Let me get to another one. I got somebody else on the queue. Caller, you live. Tell me your name and where you from.
What's going on? My name is CJ. I'm from Harlem. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, CJ? You're a little bit low. If you could, maybe get closer, whatever it is, a little bit low.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, a little better.
All right, perfect. Disappointing loss for Randle. Again, I just feel like, I should say this to start off. Against these teams we lost to at home, look at the Cavs, the Raptors, the Magic twice. They've all come from playing the zone. All three of those teams played the zone against us in the fourth quarter. With the Cavs playing the 3-2, with the three guys they got with the length up top. And then you got the Magic today. They did it twice at home against us. They struggle. That's how the offense becomes stagnant. To me, I would like to see Kemba and Randle work a little bit more on the pick and roll. Randle was in that lane, but he was in the rollers. He was more of a roller. Got to the basket, got to his left hand. Ever since he got his shot and became more comfortable with it, I feel like he gets complacent, and it's hurting us right now. And I feel like he needs to get back to that a little bit. I think Thibodeau should start to work on that. They need to figure out how to crack the zone because when the games get close, I feel like good teams, look at Miami last year twice, we went up against them. They played zone against us. We were struggling in the fourth, wasn't able to close it out. You're going to have to change some things up. RJ, I'm a fan of RJ. He's young. He's doing well. He has moments, but I just feel like he struggles against rim protectors. Against the Cavs, you got Jared Allen, Mo Bamba. You got to use your strength. You got to get to the basket. He finished a couple times. I feel like they just rely on the jump shot way too much. Fournier's been inconsistent. So the numbers that he had, 20-something% from three. It has to be better. It has to be better now. So hopefully they turn this around. Thibodeau, they're gonna have to do some things like you guys were talking about with the bench. The bench has been playing phenomenal. Obi brings a lot of life. They bring a lot of energy. I think Rose, he goes to the basket. He goes to the basket and he initiates. And that's what quickly is able to get those open shots. Obi's able to get those cuts to the baskets, which leads to lobs. So the benches, the starting line is gonna have to do a lot of that too. Kevin's gonna have to try to get to the basket. I know he's small, he's miniature, but he's gonna have to be more dominant in that factor.
Yeah, I just don't know if he can do it. Kemba, talking about Kemba, I don't know if he can do it.
We don't set great screens either.
That's my thing with that. I agree. We do need a guard in that first unit that can get to the cup, or even if they don't get all the way to the cup, attract. Even if they're just getting into, the paint, and even if they're floating it or whatever it is, they're drawing the defense now, and that's going to relieve pressure on other people. And right now we don't have it. And somebody who's, we're talking about all-star guards here, but like a facilitator can get in the paint and can shoot. You know what I mean? So now you're, but
I wanted us to go get Zoe. I feel like he did that a little bit. I know Knicks fans are had mixed feelings about the contract. It was worth $20 million. I feel like he could do that. He could set the pace. But obviously, it's no point in talking about that now. He's in Chicago now, so I don't have to worry about him on Sunday. He had a great game against the Lakers. So, but yeah, I feel like Kevin's gonna have to be more of a playmaker. That's what I hoped when we signed him. I know you're gonna have to have some type of chemistry with him and Randle, man. And defensively, I mean, he's solid. He gets the charges. They gotta have to fight over those screens. If they don't fight over those screens, and Fournier and Randle, if their shot is not on, defensively, to me, what I've seen, they check out. And you can't play like that, especially Randle. He's a leader. Got 4 years, $117 million. You got to be that guy. And I agree with Mark said the last 3 minutes, it was starting to get a little bit stagnant. It was like 96, 94. That was his time to go close the show.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't do that. He
didn't do that.
A little bit being too passive.
Right. That was his time to close it, and he didn't do that. Yeah, without a doubt. Hey, my man, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you for the call.
I appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it. Let me ask you guys, what about the defense tonight, Steph? Would you okay with the
listen,
defense?
we gave up 104 points,
That's good defense.
Yeah. I mean, you should be able to win a game like that. So that's getting better. Again, this is not like an offensive powerhouse, but still, 104 points, I'll take it.
Sim, can you read off the third quarter points?
The third quarter points. Yeah, let me read off the third quarter. You mean the players' points? Who had what?
Yeah, just the whole team.
The team points.
Team points.
In the third quarter.
Okay, so we had 18. It was 22-18 in the third quarter.
Okay, so we stopped them at 22, which is good because most teams, when they're accelerating the third quarter, mostly teams are scoring 30. So anytime we get stops like that in the third quarter, we have chances of winning. Like tonight, we had chances of winning.
No, the thing about the third quarter though is most of the third quarter we were getting stomped, and then we made a little bit of a run at the end.
But
of the
bench,
quarter,
but the bench came in and they corrected things, and we stopped them. So I'm speaking more on the bench, coming into the fourth quarter because they play most of the fourth quarter. I think Tibbs need to stay. I think Tibbs need to find a way to have Taj Gibson finish games on the defensive end for us, because even when the guys came in, they got into the paint. And Taj Gibson's our best in the paint defender. Mitch, he needs to personally, Misa, I'm sending him to the G League till he understand how to use his body. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I don't know. Caller, you live. Tell me your name and where you're from.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Oliver. I live outside of Boston, but I'm a Knicks fan. I've been a Knicks fan my whole life. I just actually had a question for you guys. I've listened to your show a few times, and I just had a question.
Okay.
With Quickly and Toppin stock being so high right now, what do you guys think of trying to swing a trade for somebody like maybe a Ben Simmons or someone else out there on the market?
Using Quickly and Toppin?
Yeah, just with their stock being this high and being young players, I feel like now's maybe the best time yet of their career with their stock being this high to try to trade, get another piece. Things aren't working obviously right now, so maybe that's a move the front office could consider.
What scares me, you move Quickly in an Obi, and now you mess up the unit that's working well.
That's what we got.
You know what I'm saying? I think the moves have to come in the first unit. That's what I think. I think the moves need to come in the first unit somewhere. Let that unit, and also Obi and Quickly are two young guys that could one day be part of the first unit. So I think the moves need to come in the first unit, correct that first unit. Because if you correct the first unit and your bench continues to play the way that they're playing, however that correction comes, if it comes with that first unit, them finally getting together, or you're making moves somewhere to correct that first unit, and then your bench is playing strong, now you're doing some things. So I think the change needs to come in that first unit, however it comes. I don't know, and maybe that is through trade.
Yeah, I just feel like Barrett and Randle, their stock is at the lowest right now, but I still have faith in those two guys.
Get nobody for them.
I still feel like the Knicks, that's their foundational pieces. But yeah, Quickly and Toppin, they're showing the most right now. They're showing like
those two could stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two guys, they're balling right now. They, look, they played together in the summer league. Obviously, the second unit played together last year, so they're looking good. You know what I mean? They're definitely looking good. I don't know. The Knicks got to figure out something. I'm pretty sure they're talking to teams and stuff like that, but they can't make any kind of moves until December the 15th.
Wish I had All-Star Fournier.
Yeah. I think the Knicks probably will make some kind of a move because the front office wants to win.
I know.
They want to win.
I mean, Randle was playing so good last season, too. He was like superstar level for some of that season. Obviously, he finished on a bad note, and he started on a pretty bad note, too. But when he's at his best, he's shown greatness. When RJ's at his best, he's shown greatness. I feel like the NBA is sort of like you want those 3 stars type of league now to really be a contender. And the Knicks, like, they have some foundational pieces, but they're just short of that. I feel like their roster, I know that when they're good, but I feel like their roster is just like maybe 1 or 2 pieces short, especially like one more big piece short of being a serious contender.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
Okay. Let's see if they can start to get something together with this unit. I mean, the thing about it with this unit, they're playing so bad.
We're not even efficient.
But they're playing so bad. This can't be the norm, right? I feel like
I'm not even buying into like this is the norm. I think like Stephanie was saying, they're just shooting. Like they're not making their shots, and it sucks that a lot of them are. Like, there's multiple guys on the teams that aren't making their shots. Kemba and Fournier are brand new. They still haven't figured it out. Tibbs hasn't figured it out. The bench unit is what's keeping them alive. Like the bench, if it wasn't for the bench unit, we'd be in trouble, right? Like the team would be in trouble right now.
If the bench was playing bad, I mean, we'd be below 500.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, my man, I appreciate your time. Be careful out there in Boston being a Knicks fans. But, if anything happens, give us a call. Give us a call. We got your back.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
I like so keep up the good work.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Sam, can I comment on something he said?
Yeah.
I disagree with you guys. I think that, we're thinking about first team, second team. I think we got to think about our team as a whole. Okay. And we have to think about what's our window for trying to win. Obi and Quickly may become good players, but they may become good players 5-6 years from now, So hold on.
No, go ahead.
I'm not adverse to trading Obi or Quick. Everybody is tradable. It depends on who you're trying to get back and whether it's worth it. So I'm not going to say that Obi and Quickly is off the table because the second unit is playing well. Who you giving me? Who we talking about? Are you going to make it worth my while? If not, no, I'm not. But if we get an opportunity to get DeJounte Murray on this team, I'm gonna have to think about it.
I mean,
that guy. Now he's not a great shooter. He's shooting a little better now, but DeJounte Murray helps this team right now. I don't think the Knicks have this long 6-7 year window. They're making decisions in a shorter window than we are.
I think our window. If
you look at this team now, it looked like a 10-year window.
I just think, Steph. I think we're still in like a building stage, but we're playing to compete as we go along. So it's not like we're in a window. I think we're building towards to grab a window to actually be a contender. I think this team is too inconsistent, not efficient. Our starting lineup are shooting below 45%. The guys that are shooting for us, there's no guy that shoot close to 50%.
No, I agree with you.
We can't do nothing with that.
Like I agree. I agree that nobody is, I agree that nobody in the NBA is safe. Anybody can be traded, right? That's how I feel. And on our team, there's nobody that is untradeable. But if I'm making unless I'm bringing in a star, obviously, if I'm bringing in a star, that's going to really change the direction of this team. You got to trade whoever you're going to trade, to bring that player in. But I feel like if you're making small tweaks, I don't know.
I don't think DeJounte Murray is a tweak, Sam. I think Obi and Quickly may become stars, but they're years and years away. So that's what I'm saying. We gotta figure out what's the next window. And maybe it's changed now after they're seeing this team now. Maybe the window is a little longer. And if it's a longer window, then keep them. Then definitely keep them.
I agree with that.
But then you need to get rid of Randle,
right?
And you need to change Tibbs, because Randle and Tibbs make you think that this is a shorter window. You know? And so you gotta think.
It seems limited. It seems limited with these two. Like, all right, if Randle, the thing is, right, Randle is a good player. But
hey, Mark, we can't see your face, man.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
he's a good player, right? He's a good player. So if we're looking to even grab a star player, we're gonna have to need another one. And that person that person would have to be the top 6, top 7 for us to even think that we have a chance. Because again, Randle don't have the natural game that you will want from your star player. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to surround him with talent better than him.
I agree.
Better than him. And even say if Damian Lillard was available, I wouldn't even go for him, to be honest. I wouldn't. So to me, like I said, these 2 years, that's why I said DeMar DeRozan for me. I knew he was gonna come, but it's okay. That just was a nice plug-in, because we are in the building stage. We're still playing with house money until we can get that one guy that is so natural on offense that we can say, this is the guy who we can build around. Randle is like a stopping gap. Good enough, could win games until we get someone that is more valuable. That's just what it is.
But I don't think they're going to trade Randle. I think whoever they get is going to play with him.
They gave him the money. The
contract is tradable. The contract is tradable.
No, it's not a
bad contract, but
it's good.
But I do think that they're going to look to bring someone with Randle to complement him, or maybe that's better than him. Could be better than him, but to pair with him. Shout out to Ross Bunn. Thank you for the super chat. He said, "Yo, keep playing Obi 15 minutes a game or under 15 minutes a game, and watch him become a superstar somewhere else in a couple of years."
Yeah. He ain't gonna be a superstar. He's gonna be what he is, a good role player. So let me ask you a question.
But now, why if he's only gonna be a role player, why do we want to hold on? We want to hold on to these guys because because we think they're gonna be really good. You can get a role player.
I'm gonna say this: like you see, Aiden in Phoenix, that's something to watch, because they didn't give him the money, because he has to prove himself. Because I'm not giving a center $280 million when you're putting up 14 and 10. I'm not doing that.
Right.
But that's someone to watch. But I understand what you're saying. If the play is right, anybody's up for land. I told people that anybody's up for land, because at the end of the day, you still want that one natural star. Now the thing is, Sam, I think if RJ, I said this on Queen's show probably about a month ago. So last time I've been on your show. The inconsistency from RJ is going to hurt him, and he's going to be one of the guys to get traded. Because if he's not consistent, man, he has to find a level of consistency to become such of a player. I try to lower his bar as Luol Deng, but the inconsistency is getting it's getting bad, because he would have games and then he would just tail off.
Yeah, but I mean, even though he's been inconsistent, Mark, I think that has a lot to do with the way this offense is running, the way other guys are playing around him. He is not comfortable. There's a lot of uncomfortability on this Knicks team right now. Players are looking really tight. Did you see Fournier's face on the bench? I mean, while the bench was cooking, this dude looked like, I don't know if I made the right move coming here. That's the face he made.
Why? But this is what I'm saying. We can't. This player, he was sitting too long, so now we just making excuses. This player was sitting too long. Now he's cold. Now he can't get. This guy, he's not going to be able to shoot. He's feeling uncomfortable. But you can play or you can't play. You can shoot or you can't shoot. Now, I get it. Everybody has bad shooting games, but let's not make excuses that Fournier can't play because why you can't hit a shot? Why you can't hit a shot?
You know what this goes back to, Steph? This goes back to the problem we had last year that we still haven't corrected. We thought we were correcting it. Last year, the team was stagnant. We didn't have an orchestrator, a playmaker, somebody who could get people in the right spots, and we still don't. So,
but they still getting open shots and missing. They're still getting good shots and missing.
Steph, you know what we did? Again, Fournier is a good player, but he's very streaky, man. And that's what it looks like. He's streaky. He's a rhythm. We have this starting lineup has rhythm players. And if the ball do not move with a speed and a pace, it's going to look like that. Simple as that. Because remember, Steph, the first 2 games, when I came on, I said, if we play like that, if you go look from the first 2 games, where the starting lineup was playing with pace and space and moving, and they was just not thinking, that's too, they think too much. That's too, but they have to continue what they was doing the first 2 games. It's a clear difference. But
it is, but you gotta take
shots then.
We were hitting shots then
because the rhythm was there.
But you also got, you gotta take into account.
The rhythm was there, or we was hitting shots, and that created
the rhythm. You know what I mean? And but you also gotta take into account, Mark, that so the first couple of games, this is what we're trying to do. This is what we do. This is how we move it. But also the first couple of games, teams don't have film on you.
You're right, man.
So now you get into games 3, 4, 5, 6. Teams got film on. This is what they want to do. This is how they're getting Fournier involved, Randle, RJ, etc., Kemba, right? So now they start to scheme ways to shut down your offense. And now players are like, okay, now what do I do? Because you haven't played with this guy and that guy, so you're not sure what Randle's going to do. You're not sure what Fournier's going to do under pressure or Kemba's going to do under pressure. You know what I'm saying? And so you clam up. This is why I'm like, go back to doing what we knew how to do until everybody is used to each other and it gets comfortable. Go back to doing what we're comfortable with, what RJ's comfortable
shots
with.
in the first quarter.
Right? What Randle's comfortable with. I mean, what RJ's comfortable with, what Randle's comfortable with. Let everybody play off of that and then start adding little things in here and there as we get comfortable. You know what I mean?
And you know what?
And you know what?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say real quick, to the point about Obi and quickly. Do I think they're untouchable? No, I don't think anybody on the team is actually untouchable. But I would not trade them if I was the Knicks, because in my mind, I look at those 2 guys and I say their value is so tantamount to what I'm trying to do as a team. I want to be able to run up and down the court. I want that flashiness of Obi. I want that 3-point madness that quickly brings to the table. So I look at it like this. Those 2 guys, even if they don't become superstars or really great players that I can plug in my starting lineup, those 2 guys are my bench. I look at that like I could build my bench around those 2 guys. Like they will orchestrate everything for me and I can focus on other things. I know that's,
but you
that's
can
not
find
what you
that
want
anywhere, Ron. You can find find somebody that can run and jump. You can find somebody that can hit a 3 lead on Golden State can hit a 3. You can find those guys. And listen, I'm not saying I want to trade those guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you think you're gonna fix that starting unit by trading Kemba and Fournier, good luck. You know, good luck. You know, everybody is waiting till December 15th so we can get rid of Fournier and bring in this player. Good luck.
Yeah.
These they watching us too. They looking and they said, "Nah, I don't want that. I want IQ. I want Obi." And at some point, something is gonna come across that desk.
Yeah,
where you're gonna have to think about it. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's true. That's true, Steph. But the thing that I'm saying is, my bad, Mark. I'm saying this real quick, and you can go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think that I'm saying is, even though you're right that you could get that, I still don't look at the Knicks as a regular team. I still look at the Knicks as a team that can't get people, that people don't want to come here. So I look
That's
at
why
like
you trade for them.
Well, sometimes you can't because, you could. That's true. We do got some assets.
That's
So
how
maybe
you're gonna
that is
get-
the way, Steph.
Some players, some teams know they're not going to get players in free agency, so they know the only way they're going to get players is through
we are
through a trade.
in that spot unless one of the gigantic stars say, "I'm coming to New York," and then people gonna follow him. But you know what, too? I was looking at. I think Tibbs need to change up the way the starting lineup play defense because they're not quick enough to play that aggressive defense that the second unit plays because of the foot speed that they have.
Yeah.
That's why we're getting beat. Like the first quarter, people get into the paint and do whatever they want with us. Because RJ can't move his feet lateral. It's just not there. Randle don't position him. We need position. Mitch have to help out most of the time. Fournier's he does what he wanted to do one time. And Kimba is just worse than Raymond Felton on a pick and roll getting smacked.
Yo.
I think they need to
let me get to this caller right here. And before I do that, before I get to this caller, let me say to who is it here? I just seen somebody in the chat said Boston fixed it by jettisoning Fournier and Kemba. Well, not exactly, because Boston is 7-8 right now. Right? Boston has a worse record than us right now. I mean, not by much, but they got a worse record than us right now. You know what I mean?
Lucky they got 2 stars though. Shoot.
Philly lost 5 in a row. Philly lost
5 in a row.
They without
They
him.
don't Indeed. So
that's true. Caller, you're live. Tell me your name and where you're from, please. My man. Caller, you're live. Tell me your name and where you're from.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Elk from Chicago.
Elk, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
I feel good, man, but I want the Knicks Nation to calm down. I've been hearing a lot of negativity out there, and, it's warranted. It's very warranted. Team been playing trashy. When I say trashy, man, y'all need to put a lid on this team and restart the team. Hold on, I'm a Rose homer.
Hold on.
So I'm going to make
Hold on one second. So you tell us we got to calm down, and then you tell us that we got to put a lid on the team.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Hey, y'all know they ain't been playing well, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
I'm just trying to keep it 100, man. They ain't been playing well. But we still got what it takes to win a championship. I say that from the jump.
Wow.
Tom Thibodeau, even though his coaching strategy is kind of stubborn and bullheaded, he wants to win, man. Y'all can think what y'all want to think, but he wouldn't be so angry over losses like this if he was satisfied with the production of the team. But this starting unit has to be shaken up. You got to install Rose into the starting unit and put Kemba coming off the bench. Rose puts the floor of the game, and that would take the ball out of Julius Randle's hand, who throws the ball at people at 200 miles an hour. I mean, this guy is not a playmaker. I don't understand why he throws the ball so hard. That alone tells you need to be fed. You don't need to initiate anything. You don't have that skill set. Put Rose back in the lineup. Let him relax that starting unit. Put people in position. He's not that old. People act like the man is over the hill. He is still a capable player. I mean, put him in the first and the fourth to close the game out. But we can make it to the trade deadline. It's still a shakeup that got to be made. We got to get Cat. I mean, we need a center. Mitchell Robinson, I tried to rock with him, but he's gumpy. He breaks up too much. You need a reliable big man that's going to produce and pull bigs out the paint. You can't do that with Mitchell. Yeah. He is a big guy who gained weight and sucks even more. I don't get that. If you a big guy who gained weight to bang around, what happened to your athleticism? That just left altogether. When he was skinnier, he was blocking shots. I had to go back and watch tape on this guy. He sucks now. You have Noel, trade Noel and Mitch together. Get Cat. New York, big-time market. Y'all got bread. So put them two together with some money, go get Cat, and get this championship. I mean, it's there. No disrespect to Kemba, but, we got to take a back seat.
Yeah, all right.
Get this championship. Peace out. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be at this game Sunday.
Okay.
Don't let me down.
Okay.
Last game I was at the crib, we did the do. Sunday, let's get this win with the Bulls.
We need it.
Peace out.
We need it. Let's get it. Appreciate you, Elk. Appreciate you. Oh, man.
Another Windy City teller.
This Knicks team ain't beating that Bull team right now, though. Not the one I saw tonight.
Yeah,
Sam,
not the one we saw tonight, man. Not
the
the
way
one
they
we saw
running,
tonight.
we can't. It's like that star lineup can't keep up with these fast teams, man. It is what it is, man.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, let me get to shout out to Juke. And I think we got Juke on the line right now. He said, big fan, first time caller. Please pick up. I think this is Juke right now. Right? What's going on, Juke?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, man. Big fan. Everyone should put a thumbs up. Don't be selfish.
Appreciate
and
that.
Support the channel. I've listened to other channels,
Juke,
but
you don't
I like you guys the most because, the coaching background, you guys understand what basketball is through experience, and it really comes out in your analysis. To talk about culture and politics, I feel like, Tibbs is a coach that instilled a very, forceful culture where players, that's good when, at the beginning, but then players are now playing scared. They're not playing freely. And basketball is a game of fluidity, right? And as Mark said, which was really insightful in my opinion, is that Randle just is not a fluid player. At the end of the day, you could see it in his entire career. I feel like he just overthinks a lot, like he said. Mm-hmm. And you need confidence, and you just need to play subconsciously in a way. Just let it through. And I think having fans in the stands and everything is affecting him. Maybe the new baby or just family stuff, and the pressure as well. And then that permeates to, the players, in that I feel like the personalities, there's a lot of smart players in the team, but you kind of need people in a team that are just overconfident and they don't think as much. You need players like Terrence Ross. I'm not insulting his intelligence. I'm sure he's a really smart guy, but you need someone who just doesn't care. Who just, jacks up shots, and he's just super confident. And those people play a role in the fluidity of the game. Guys like Quickly too, for example. I think overall we need to just get back playing, having fun essentially. Right now everyone's just playing too structured, and people are going. I guess Mitch needs to set harder picks, and people need to just jack up some mid ranges, because if you make a couple of mid ranges, that'll give you the flow to make some threes, right? If you're just shooting three stationary, your body's like really active on defense, but then on offense you're just standing there. Your blood flow is going through your body, but then when you're touching the ball to shoot a three, it's just different. So those are my contributions. Thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate your time, man. Appreciate your call. Thank you for calling in. Look forward to hearing from you again. I don't know. I mean, I do agree. We need some guys who are uber confident. Really, just.
We got a couple of them on that bench, though. I ain't gonna hold you. There's no but confidence there, man.
There is. There's confidence there. Confidence there on the bench. I mean, we got confidence in the starting unit. They're just not confident together right now.
Yeah, like I said, they're not playing like a team that's together. That's just how it feels. Like when I'm watching them, it's like they're not cutting hard for each other. They ain't setting screens harder for each other. It's just like, I'm going to do this. If you don't get past, man, go the other way. And, whoever scores. With the second unit, it's just a burst of energy, man. Look how the guard reacts to them.
Well, I mean, some of those things you just like Steph said, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get a burst of energy from this group. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be that kind of burst of energy that you're gonna get.
They better find it, or they're gonna get trampled by the fans.
I mean, what I'm saying is not gonna be that same type of play. That's what Steph was saying earlier. You're not gonna get that same type of play. If we can make the open shots that we get, this first unit will look totally different.
What's so funny too? The Chicago dude, he was right about when Randle passed them balls at 200 miles per hour, because when he does pass it, people don't get their shots in the shooting pocket. Sometimes they have to get it by their knees. Like if you watch RJ, I'm so serious. That was something that we need to watch closely when he's passing the ball. There's some people. I watch Lonzo. When Lonzo give you that ball, it's in your shooting pocket. A lot of Randle passes be off when he jump in the air and toss it, or it's just a lot of not say forceful, but it's a lot of hard passes.
I mean, he does. We talked about that the other day.
Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't here to listen to that.
He passes
that can mess up shooters. Yeah,
he passes the ball really hard. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's stopping him from making shots. I really don't.
There's a mechanic when it comes to shooters too, Sam.
I get it. I know. But you know, sometimes these guys are getting shots with nobody around them.
Listen.
You know, come on. I mean,
I wish Fournier was an all-star. You know, Euro Fournier. Shoot, he's not even showing up. He look like a straight third-string shooting guard right now. So you know,
we'll see. Hey, just really quickly, you know, before we get out of here, what's gonna happen if we lose to Houston, Steph?
Oh my God!
What's gonna happen?
I had to come out the screen, man. This is
what's gonna happen, man.
This is Happy Mark tonight. So
when we do the pregame show, I don't care who we're playing. I'm no longer gonna say we should win this game. I'm just gonna say, you know, depends on which team shows up, you know, because you never know who you're gonna get with these Knicks. If we lose to Houston, we have to be in crisis. If we lose to Houston, you cannot trot this same starting lineup out.
No.
In Chicago. I'm sorry. I know we wanted to keep our bench in a glass, but that first unit is destructing.
Right.
If we lose to Houston, you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to do something.
You have to. And I'm so scared about this game. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm nervous about this game, bro. I am nervous about this Houston game. If we lose, Ron, what happens? I mean, what happens?
I mean, listen, I tell you one thing. If we lose, I'm just doing it out of spite. If we lose to Houston, I'm not watching the Bull game. One of my best friends is a Bull fan. I'm not doing it to myself. Okay, I'll let him tell me how it went down. I'll look at the box score. I'm not going to watch it. No, I don't know. I look, man. We are set up to lose this game, and the fact that I think I don't know when Houston's next game is, but if they lose that game and they come in on a 13-game losing streak to us,
I don't think they have another game before.
Oh, that's it.
Tonight.
Okay.
Oh, they played tonight.
They played OKC.
Okay.
They won?
They lost.
Okay. 13-game losing streak. Nice.
Nice. Set us up.
We have become Team Tylenol, so they may get better coming in here to play.
Oh no, we get teams right. We get them good. We get them right. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to JR Lyons in the chat. He said McBride and Luka killed it tonight for Westchester and made me go look it up. And Luka had 32 points and 10 rebounds for Westchester. And McBride had 29 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Yeah.
Good.
He played 41 minutes, though.
Yeah. In January, the Knicks and the Westchester Knicks and the Capital City Go-Go play. Definitely going to that game. It's a 1:00 game. I don't know if McBride will be playing at that time, but if so, I'll definitely be there. I'm sure Luka will be playing, but I don't know. If we lose this game, I'm scared because I feel like we're playing tight. I feel like we're going to be playing tight against Houston, and so I'm a little bit afraid of that game.
Listen, y'all got happy mark tonight. I was even mad tonight. Y'all got happy mark. We lose to Houston. We talked about it, man. And how we, beginning of the season, how we talked about the games we're going to win and lose. And we come in 8-8 before the 20th game. You're looking at what the Knicks are in a sense of like, we're gonna have to have winning streaks because the East teams are winning and losing, but it's so tight. It's so tight because everyone could lose and win any given night. We cannot lose games like this. And on top of this, man, I might just end my relationship with my girl because I'm not gonna be able to walk out my house if I lose Houston, right? Because Lord, I'm going in a coma after that because that would be embarrassing.
Yo, if we look,
Talked
listen,
about
they're
it,
on a
man.
13-game losing streak. The Knicks not playing confident. I mean, we scored 98 points tonight. How many points did we score against? Who did we play the other day?
Indiana.
90 something.
90 something points, right? It was like 92 to 84 or something like that.
Why are we not scoring 100 points though?
Right.
Because the starting lineup doesn't give us anything.
And there you go.
Yeah. I mean, so like, I mean, we can't score. We're having a hard time scoring the basketball. Or we don't know our rotation. Like Tibbs is not sure who to play, because our rotations are, nobody, you got a group of players that's just not playing well. So it's like all over the place right now. And so I'm scared of that game. Yeah. And we lose to Houston, man. We lose to Houston. It's gonna be some drama breaking out.
You might not see me for the rest of the season. Tell you the truth.
There's gonna be some. It's gonna be crazy.
Because my confidence will be stripped. Like, I would be so disgusted watching my TV. I might have to buy another TV tomorrow night, whenever the game is.
Don't do that. I want to hear Tom Thibodeau, hear what he has to say about this one. I know he can't be happy. He can't be happy. I want to hear what he's got to say. It's Tom Thibodeau.
What's the frustration level after this loss with Knicks tonight?
We're disappointed. We have to learn from it and get ready for the next one. But it's, we're capable of doing a lot better.
And you're in a position where you find yourself down 10 or so, and then you have remarkable play, you start hitting threes, there's good defensive stop, but you can't get over the hump. Is there a pattern that you're recognizing? We've seen this.
Well, you have to play for 48 minutes. You can't let your guard down. And, unfortunately, we beat ourselves tonight. With our turnovers hurt us. The second shot hurt us, and so we're capable of playing a lot better than we did. We give them credit. They played well. They played hard. We didn't. So I have to do a better job getting them ready. That's on me. So we'll take a good hard look at it. But it's easy. It's easy to analyze because you look at it and it tells you, like we know our defense was better, but the rebounding wasn't good. The turnovers, when you give teams a second and third crack at it, it's hard to win. And we put them in the open floor off our turnovers. That's, usually we take care of the ball. We're a low turnover team. Tonight we weren't, and it cost us.
Obi earned some late minutes in this game tonight, and he ties a career high. What did you see for him? How does it open things up when he can knock down?
Just bring energy. That's what he does. And we're looking for energy off the bench. Be consistent. You got to play defense. You got to rebound the ball. Got to be able to guard late in the game. We had the lead and we didn't close it out.
You had 18 turnovers. 4 of them, though, the players stepped out of bounds in their own. What do you see?
Yeah, unforced errors. Yep, and those weren't the only ones.
Some of the passes, maybe trying to do too much.
Yeah, the home, usually, turnovers usually fall into 2 categories. Usually it's either from too much one-on-one or a risky pass. So it's one of those 2 areas, so you have to ask yourself, and you may see no one's going to be perfect. And you see something, but after, it shouldn't happen. You shouldn't repeat it over and over. You should learn. If you make a mistake, you should learn from it and don't do it again. That's part of the game, and we're capable of doing a lot better than we did.
So many options. Particularly late in games. It's like a challenge to kind of figure out at this point in the season who fits when and your best closers.
Yeah, you're just trying to read the game. Then there's other things that are going on. You got guys that, that are getting nicked up and they got to come out. So, I'm trusting everybody. That if someone needs to come out, they come out.
That way for Mitchell out?
Yeah.
I mean, how much more challenging it seems for you this late in the season? It's not late, but to figure out the combinations as opposed to last season when you had a pretty good handle.
Yeah, no, it's all part of it. It's, you know, the good thing about the depth is that you have depth. Then sometimes the tough thing is trying to figure out, like, you know, who's going well and that sort of thing. But hey, look, we're capable of doing better, and we have to. You know, this our only way out is we got to work our way out of this.
When you said earlier, I got to do a better job getting them ready.
Mm-hmm.
What, does that mean game plan? Does that mean
Everything? All of the above. Like I always say when you don't meet your goals or you're disappointed, you start with yourself and you work your way out. And so what could I do to help? And my job is to have them ready. And so I didn't think we played as well as we were capable of playing. I felt like that falls on me, you know, so I got to make sure that we have that edge and that we're ready to go. And so, you know, I'll start there.
Over the years, more than anything, your teams have been known to really outplay the opposition. Why is that not really been the case on a number of
Well, like the thing is we're a team, so this is all part of what we have to figure out. And so there've been some real good moments, there've been some disappointing moments, but we have to build a consistency to us. Things that we have to be able to count on it each and every night, our defense, our rebounding, and our low turnovers. That puts you in position to win. The first thing you have to do is eliminate the ways in which you beat yourself. And that's got to be a priority. Yeah, well, the game tells you what to shoot. They played a lot of zone. I'm going to look at the film again. I thought a lot of them were wide open threes. So, I trust him. If he's open, I want him to shoot. So he's not going to be perfect. No one is. But, if that's what the defense is given, that's what you have to take.
Played there down the stretch kind of game break. Played one. There was turnover, and then also Franz Wagner getting by quickly for that.
Yeah, and we have to, I want to take a look at it, but it seemed like, I want to look at it first before I comment, but, those are mistakes that should be eliminated. Yep.
All right, there you have it. I mean, like you said, you take care of the basketball, you rebound, you probably win this basketball game. But
19 turnovers, right?
18 turnovers tonight. 18 turnovers.
How much points did they convert on them?
Yeah, I think they had 14 fast break points, but they had 22 second chance points, right? 22 second chance points. What are you gonna do? You play good defense, and then you don't corral the rebounds. Tough one, man. Tough one. Tough loss, but we'll see.
Is Houston playing here?
Yeah, it's in New York. It's in New York.
Well, we don't have a home advantage, so that's an away game.
No, we don't. We're like 3-5 at home.
Yeah, we don't have an away. We don't have a home yet. This don't feel like a home.
3-5 at home, 5-2 on the road. Wow. 5-2 on the road. So, well, tough one. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. And
I'm gonna pray for all of us, even the chat.
I like to look at the games again. I don't know if I want to look at this one again. I am gonna tell you this.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we're not angry. We're just disappointed tonight. That's all. Just disappointed. We ain't angry.
Really disappointed. I'll be angry if we lose to Houston. I'm gonna be angry.
Oh yeah, you already know.
I'm gonna be angry. All right.
Y'all need to get y'all Tylenol for that Houston game, because that's gonna be a fast-paced game.
Look, if we lose that game, I might just come on and show a black screen the entire
honestly,
or a red screen.
It's best for you to cancel that show. It's best for you to cancel that show. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't want to see you scream if we lose. Seriously, I'm going to boycott you if you come on that night we lose. For real.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Well, anyway, we're going to get out of here. Some last words, Steph? Any last words?
Not really. The Knicks got problems upon problems, and I really thought we turned the corner with that Indy game, and so I'm really down after this one.
Yeah, me too. I am too. Ron?
Just, I let out the negative energy, so I'm just gonna say things are gonna get better. I'm feeling good that we're gonna beat Houston. I don't want to think about what might happen. So I'm gonna say we're gonna go out there and handle business. Randle's gonna go out there and do what he needs to do. The bench is gonna play the way they play it, and that's gonna be enough for us to win the game. Also, tune into the NBA report tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the Nothing But Knicks network. And one good thing about that is that I'll be talking about, we'll be talking about, myself and John will be talking about other good teams around the East. So you're gonna hear about some good basketball. So definitely tune in.
That might make us feel worse. That might make us feel
tune in to see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And my new slogan is Nothing But Knicks with a little bit of Eastern Conference.
There
So
we
check
go.
us out tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
No doubt. It's going to be dope. Hey, Mark.
Man, listen, man. I'm not upset tonight. I'm just disappointed. Let's just hope that, we get that Houston game, because being 8-8, man, we need to get wins to be at least getting the play-in, because again, this East ain't no joke. And I'm gonna say this, man. At the end of the night, Sam, we losing Houston, bro. Don't want to see you up here tonight.
Listen, let me tell you something. Look, we losing Houston. Then we talking about the 5-game stretch to end the month. Chicago, LA, Phoenix, Atlanta, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Golden State in there?
Are they?
Does Golden State play us on this trip or no? Maybe not.
I don't think it's
Probably
not this one.
Probably the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
So imagine that, Sim. We lose to Houston. We go on those little games. We can lose all 7. What would that make us be?
That'd be bad.
That is a recipe of, we are not saying tanking or anything, but we're not that team.
That'd be
And
bad.
I don't think we have that offensive firepower to ring off another 5 games in a row. That's our problem. We can't ring off. We have to be a team that will ring off winning streaks. We haven't shown that.
This was,
I don't know, Mark. I don't know. Our shooting is terrible right now. So
that's what I'm saying.
If 2 guys just hit their shots, we might be looking great.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If we're not a team that can get winning streaks and we go into Houston losing Houston, and then we have to worry about those other games, and then we could easily lose those games, we can't really think of them as some team trying to come back, and it would have to be last year heroics if that happened. That's what I'm scared of. That Houston game is very important to keep us afloat. We are a team that has to stay afloat. Each game is crucial to us.
Look, our scoring over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games
below 100
against Philadelphia, 103 points, against Milwaukee, 100 points, against Charlotte, 96, against Indiana, 92, against Orlando, 98. Now, our defense over those games, right? We kept Philadelphia to 96 points. Milwaukee scored 112. Charlotte, 104. The Pacers, 84. The Magic, 104. Our offense just ain't getting it done.
And the thing is, too, when those the real good offensive teams, they're going to score. So if we can't match their scoring, our defense against those superior offensive team might not even be enough.
I mean, but look, Charlotte came in the second leading scoring team in the league when we played.
And the sad part, they're the worst defensive team in the league if you watch them.
Yeah.
And we couldn't score on them. It's a problem again. Oh my God, we're back at square one. Can't score.
Yeah.
So Houston needs to be a win to stay afloat. We are a stay afloat team that's improving, because I'm not going to have confidence with those other games, because teams are ringing off wins right now in the top of the East, and they're just superior to us right now.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
So God bless the world and the Knicks fans.
I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the shoot around. We'll break down some numbers, take a look at the Knicks offense, take a look at their defense too. We'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Take it easy. Be peaceful. Mark, keep your girlfriend, man. Don't keep your girlfriend. Keep your girlfriend. Keep your girlfriend.
She love me because I'm funny, so she ain't going nowhere.
We out. You said you leaving her if we lose to Houston. What you talking about?
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.